story with you tonight, and hopefully we're going to hear from some of you in the future. Thank you for the Troop Pack 61 and Troop 61. I understand you're going to have a car wash tomorrow. We'll try to plug it a little bit. And especially have to thank Chuck Beasley. Man, he tried to get some of this stuff out of me, and I didn't want to get it. And we went over and over again on some of this. And a couple little comments before we go into a DVD. At the beginning of the war, as Billy said, we wore the uniforms that you'll see in San Antonio, Texas. 100% woolen shirts and woolen leggings. And they said that was the internal air conditioning. You'll also see two B-24s that are dropping bombs probably every 30 seconds, 15 seconds. We didn't do it that way. The 13 missions I was on was specific targets that we'll go into later on. But we had specific targets, and I tell you, when you drop 10,800 pounds all at once, your airplane does come alive. Otherwise, you're struggling all the time with the load. There's a couple of pictures of flak, F-L-A-C-K. This is stuff that they shoot from the ground up to you. Some of them by altitude, some of them proximity, but they're generally 88 millimeters, and if one of them hits you good, you've had it. But they explode and hundreds, probably thousands of pieces of metal fly around. One place, critical place, that's the end of it. You'll also see a picture of Marcio. There's also a B-24 landing with the number 3 engine out, and that's the hydraulic system, and in order to stop it, the fellows in the back put their parachutes out to help slow it down. This was not the norm. We did not normally have a parachute to stop the plane. But we're going to see this film, and then we've got some things I'd like to definitely show you. And is it possible to start it now? Okay. Okay. The B-24, the D model, did not have a turret in the nose. We had 10 people on board, pilot, co-pilot, top engineer, radio operator, a belly gunner, a tail gunner, and 2 from the side, which made it a total of 10 people. So when you see Stars and Stripes saying 68 bombers lost, you multiply that by 10, you have 680 people that been taken away from the inventory for the Americans to keep fighting.
Tell them about this color here, Ron.
When you have 1,200 4-engine bombers trying to assemble, they're all over the place. This group had a polka dot plane that you followed, and he would get you in formation, then he would drop down, come back, and you'd continue on with your mission. Ours was simple. We had a certain number of lights in the back, and that's what we tried to follow to stay with our group. As we said, the B-24 was about 20 miles faster than B-17, so if we lost control of our group, we had to attach to another B-24 group. Held maximum 10,800 pounds of explosives. We generally had a combination of HE high explosives and incendiary bombs.
I think it would be good at this time to tell them one other quick explanation when you were going out that small escape hatch. Tell them if the guns were turned the right direction.
Yeah, top turret, the little escape hatch is right here. You had to go over the top turret, but if the top turret two guns would have been facing forward, we would not have been able to get out of there, and I probably wouldn't be here to tell you about it. But also there's radio compass and some antennas, then the tails, and then what you had to think about after that, of course we were out, you worried about the plane right in back of you. It's a diamond formation. But that certainly brings back memories. Incidentally, when Chuck took all this deal, film, I had was recuperating from a triple bypass heart surgery. I feel a lot better today than I did then, and I know now what a bailout bottle is compared to a bailout bail. On the B-24 we saw, it had the bailout bail on the right-hand side. Ours was gone, so we didn't have a chance to push the two buttons to bail out. You'll know when a plane's going down. You don't have to be told to get out.
We promised you an opportunity to ask some questions, so we're going to do that. I know we're limited on time, but we're going to give you the opportunity, and we've got one down here already.